Welcome to Lace Up Podcast. On this podcast, I interview shoe customizers, designers, and artists. On this podcast, you're going to get to know a little bit about the designer behind your favorite customs, the customizer, their customizing style, their business model, how they make it work. People say there's no money in art. Art is a hard business. Every business is a hard business. But what I would say to you is to follow your passion and follow the thing that you love and listen to these interviews and these people and how they're chasing their dreams and putting creative work into the world and sharing their gifts and talents with all of us. Stick and stay with your boy. Let's get into it.
Listen, you want custom shoes, that's gonna take some bucks. Whatever you have for the price, go ahead and raise them up. Better get your spot now for it's taken up. When it's all said and done, my guy, lace them up. Come on, lace them up.
Welcome to Lace Up Podcast. I am your host, David Hartman, aka Davidedo Designs. And today's guest is coming to us from the East Coast. He is a small business owner. He loves cartoons and anime and 80s pop art, okay? Today he's going to tell us a little bit about his journey, bring us into his world a little bit, and let's get to know Johnny a little bit better. Johnny, say what's up to the people.
Nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for jumping on. I appreciate it. So let's start off with a little bit about you, a little bit about your journey.
Cool. Yeah, I started customizing, I think, in 2013. I think I was in my last year of college. And I took a break for a little bit. I'd say from like 2015 to around 2018, and then I came back. And I've been doing it since then.
Okay. So what got you started in customizing shoes?
I actually saw some pictures online, thought it was cool, and figured I'd give it a shot.
All right. Cool.
I was into art before that, and then kind of took a break when I was in school, and then I was trying to get back into it, and saw that and thought it was something I could do, and I've stuck with it since. I like it. So
okay.
Something different.
So you said you were into art before. What kind of art? Any specific medium or?
Just drawing. I mean, I've been drawing since I was a little kid, and then kind of put it on hold when I was in school and tried to get back into it my towards the end.
Okay, cool. So why did you pick shoes as your canvas if art was kind of your thing or something that you were into?
I don't know. I thought it was something unique at the time. There wasn't as many people doing it as there is now. Just thought it was a weird canvas. People seemed to be into it, and I did a couple pairs, and then people kept asking me for more, and it's like, this is fun. Stick with it.
All right, cool. So I'm assuming that you're doing this full time.
No, I have a full-time job.
Okay.
I do IT work. I'm like an IT sports specialist. So this is just a side gig.
Okay. So business world by day and shoe customizer by night, right? Yeah. I'm in the same boat. I understand. I feel you.
Listen, if we could get healthcare and all that stuff by doing this, I'd quit in a heartbeat. But
I hear you.
It's nice to have all those things.
Yeah, I got kiddos and stuff to support, so can't really go that route right now.
Exactly.
So if someone was to ask you, what is your style? What would you say is your style for customizing shoes?
I don't know. I'd probably say like cartoonish. That's what I tend to gravitate towards. My style that I use when I'm drawing is not really the same as when I paint, just because I don't think people are. I don't know. They like the actual representation of what they want you to draw, not like you freehanding it. But one day, hopefully.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So give me the story about the first set of shoes that you fell in love with.
So probably when I started again, I did an Acura pair for myself, because I was big into the movie at the time. So I designed a pair on some Vans using like the manga style, and I think I still go back to that pair as one of my favorites.
Okay. Would you say which shoe would you say is your favorite canvas to work on?
Now, probably. I don't know, I'm a Yeezy fan. They're so much fun to work with, but probably Vans. Vans are always the easiest, and there's no ridges on the shoes, so you have the most material to work with and the biggest area.
Yeah.
Everything else is tough. Air Forces are always tough because of all the ridges, but Vans
Yeah, and trying to work between different surface levels and panels, yeah, could be a little difficult sometimes. So this next one's going to be probably a little difficult for you since you've been doing this for a while, right? Give me your top 5 customs that you've created.
top 5. I'll put that Akira pair in there that I did. I'm trying to think. There was a couple pairs this year that I did that were pretty fun. There was a Ninja Turtle pair I did maybe 2 months ago. That was really fun. Skeletor. I did a pair of Skeletor Jordans that I still have and still wear. Everything that I like the most I made for myself. I'm trying to think what else I did. I did a pair of Woody from Toy Story Jordans not too long ago that everyone seems to love. And then probably my most hated pair, I dip dyed a pair of Yeezys that went viral on TikTok, and I got so much hate for them. And I think I like them just because everyone gave me so much shit over them.
So much crap, yeah. I hear you. Yeah, I saw the I think there were like a Woody ones that you did or whatever. Those were pretty cool, and then those Air Max Ninja Turtle ones. Those are really dope. Definitely a Ninja Turtle fan growing up, so I really like those.
Probably grew up around the same time, so early 90s, late 80s.
Yeah.
We're in the same boat.
Yeah. So my next question for you is, if you could design or customize a shoe for somebody, dead or alive, who would it be, and what would be the shoe?
It's a hard one. I don't know. Probably Kobe. I was a huge Kobe fan. So if it was like anybody in the NBA, definitely him. Other than that, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head.
Okay. What shoe would you make for him?
Probably one of his. Just design something for him.
No design in particular, just kind of.
Probably just wing it.
Okay. Which brings up my next question. I'm learning that everybody has different processes, right? Like I like to try to map my stuff out before I get started. What would you say your method to your madness is on putting together a piece or a custom?
First, I like to do research on the topic. I watch a ton of cartoons and anime, so I have a pretty big background to pull from. And then I try to mock it up in Photoshop as best as I could and lay everything out. And then I'll sketch it out on top of the actual sneaker when it's time.
Okay.
And then from there.
Okay, cool. So a lot of freehand or stencil work, or
I try not to use stencils at all unless it's unless I'm doing logos, which I try to avoid, or anything with like handwriting, because I can't handwrite. So that's the only thing I use stencils for.
Okay, I hear you. So
not a knock on them. Definitely, I mean, they come in handy. I do have a Cricut, but it's just not my thing.
Yeah, no, that's why I said I'm learning. Everybody has their own, method to their madness and what they prefer and everything else. So, what would you say is now and what's next for you?
Right now, I actually got hit with a ton of orders for the first time all year. Things have been quiet, but I'm working on a 12-part 80s theme series. I did Skeletor, the Ninja Turtles, Akira. I did Aliens, and next is Star Wars, but I haven't really announced it yet, so I guess I'll announce it here first. I'm doing a pair of Jordan 4s based on Boba Fett.
Ah, dope. That's awesome. Yeah, I just did some Star Wars cleats for my son. He loves Star Wars, so
Everyone loves Star Wars.
Yeah. So he was rocking those during this last football season, so he was excited about those. So
anyone who does cleats, like, hats off. I haven't been able to nail it down. It's not easy.
yeah, it was definitely a journey. I actually got a couple more that I got to do too. So, but yeah, it was definitely a journey trying to figure it out and trying to problem solve. I feel like that's one thing that people probably underestimate about customizing shoes. You know, how much problem solving goes into it, or just having to start over. You know, with the process, depending on what goes wrong and what goes right. You know.
Exactly.
All right, so we're at the point to where I'm just about to wrap up. I got like 2 more questions for you.
Yeah.
So I call this the Lace It Up podcast or Lace Them Up podcast because I feel like as a shoe customizer, the shoestrings are the first thing you touch. You take out the shoes, and the last thing that you put back in to actually step back and see what your finished product is. So first question for you is going to be. Who do you feel like should be on the podcast next? And is it somebody that you can help us get on the podcast?
Sure. I've met a lot of people in the business, so people I can think of off the top of my head, probably like Sayla Vic. I'm trying to think of who else. Worthen does a really good job. Color Me Fresh. Trying to think of people. I scroll through my list and I see them, and then I can't remember their handles as soon as I get off.
Yeah, I've reached out to a couple of those guys, so I'm hoping to get them on the podcast. So yeah, me and Color Me Fresh have been going back and forth a little bit, just trying to set up a time. So I'm excited.
So he's a hard man to track down. Rightfully so. His artwork is amazing.
Yeah, I know. I just saw his recent drop. That was pretty cool too. So, last question before we get out of here. What tip would you give to a new customizer?
Just practice. I mean, start with an easy pair of shoes. Don't jump right into the hard stuff. I'd probably go with a pair of Vans just because they're cheap. And if you ruin them, you could start over or get another pair and just wing it. I mean, there's so many people online that'll help you out and try to guide you along, but just go for it.
Awesome. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you for jumping on the podcast. And there we have it, folks. There's another edition of the Lace 'Em Up podcast. Once again, Johnny, thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing with us today. All of his information will be down in the description box. Make sure you follow him on all the social media platforms. Support him. Small business owner trying to grow. Once again, thank you for tuning in. If you have not subscribed, do so. Please do so. I'm going to try to hit you every 2 weeks with some more heat, another customizer, another interview. So, yeah, with that being said, once again, thank you. I am Davidedo Designs. This is the Lace 'Em Up podcast, and we are out.
Listen, it takes wisdom to grab these sneakers and spin them. Cut a couple of linen and match them up with the denim called Davidedo. He'll cook it up like a kilo and have your Air Ones appropriate with the stilo. He's no Lilo, but he's mean with the stitch. Got supreme lean dreams with a season to kick. Feel heap how he comes with the gift, and you can call him Skipper how he got his run of the ship. Listen, you want custom shoes that's gonna take some bucks. Whatever you have for the price, go ahead and raise them up. Better get your spot now for it's taken up. When it's all said and done, my guy, lace them up. Come on, lace them up for it's all said and done, my guy, lace them up. Lace them up for it's all said and done. Let's go, lace them up.